What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Pitcher Nail Down. Matt and myself taking a look at pitching for tonight's 10-game slate on Saturday night. Finally, pitching, thank God.
Dude, I'm so happy. I mean, you can scroll down the whole list and it's finally like, yes, like I don't have to pitch a bunch of guys who suck. You know,
This is
uh,
coming off a Liriano night where we're getting -11 on FanDuel and cashing.
dude, there are 1, 2, 3, 5, 6 valid arms to pitch tomorrow that are all way better than Liriano. So I'm very excited to get this thing going because I hate Liriano.
Atlanta, Pittsburgh, first one here. Chad Kuhl, R.A. Dickey. We talked about this one basically being no interest in, and as far as hitters go, I still don't have any interest in the pitchers.
No, I don't either. I mean, all right, Dickey can just get into some walk problems, and Chad Kuhl. I mean, Atlanta's offense isn't great, but I mean, people like Freeman still kind of scare me. And like I said, we have so many pitchers on the slate. I'm not touching these two.
Nah. Washington, Philly next here. Aaron Nola versus Jeremy Guthrie. Guthrie, obviously, not a guy to look at.
No.
Nola, yes, for later on the season, probably not in tonight's matchup though.
No, I kind of want to see how he does his first like 3 or 4 starts. Kind of like how I did today with Velasquez. I really like Velasquez too, but I just want to see how he, works out the kinks at the beginning of the year. But I'll definitely be rostering Noah later in the year, just not against Harper, Murphy, and company.
Yeah, same here. Marlins and Mets. Robert Salmon versus Adam Conley. Two viable, cheap, like SP2 DK candidates. I feel like are here. And one, I mean, they offer some value, both being under 7K. So I'm okay with them using them as SP2s on DraftKings.
Yeah, I kind of like Conley. Like we talked about earlier, I mean, besides Flores and Cespi, I don't really know who's going to hurt me in this lineup. And on the other side of things, I'm not really too sure about Zellman. I mean, he's got some good stuff, but the Marlins don't strike out a lot outside of like, Stanton. And they seem to just single their way into rallies. And I pitched Wheeler tonight on a lineup, and this is exactly why I don't pitch against the Marlins. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, the lineup isn't bad. I mean, when you got guys like JT Realmuto, I mean, Justin Bour, Derek Dietrich, Marcell Ozuna, those guys really do single to death at sometimes. As far as the strikeouts go, I mean, yeah, there isn't really a ton of potential there. I do think someone's a guy who can go out there and toss you a decent outing, like 5 or 6 innings, maybe 2 earned runs, which I would take at that price on DK.
Yeah, I definitely would too, but I just think I'd rather go try to find some more value hitting wise today and just go attack those pitchers that I'm really confident about,
Yeah. So, I mean, I like Conley. I mean, if you had to take one of the two, you're looking at Conley.
Yeah, definitely Conley, yeah.
Yeah. I think the Mets are far weaker lineup against left-handed pitching.
Yes, definitely.
So, Kansas City and Houston next one. Dallas Keuchel versus Danny Duffy. Two lefties here. Royals offense, I think they're going to be bottom 5 again this year.
Yeah, their offense is atrocious. And, I mean, the best part of their offense comes against righties when Hosmer and Moustakas are in good matchups. I mean, I have to worry about one player tomorrow, and it's Lorenzo Cain. Sign me up for some Kugel.
Yeah, I mean, you look at that back half of the lineup, right-handed, but guys like Cuthbert, Paulo Orlando, Alcides Escobar, Raul Mondesi. I mean, this isn't scaring anyone here.
No, nothing to be worried about. Definitely like Dallas tomorrow.
Yeah. As far as Duffy goes, I mean, strikeout upside certainly there. Houston really hasn't gotten going, and we were kind of joking around. They faced far worse lefties, and it's like here, the one lineup, you're the one guy you don't expect them to really hit, and they might go off.
I know, and the one frustrating thing about besides me having a stack of Houston every night and they're not going off is if they would have been going off, there'd be no Duffy ownership, and now with Houston struggling, there's going to be Duffy ownership, which means I'm probably going to hop off.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. It's like the Astros, I mean, 23.4% strikeout rate against Southpaws last year. I mean, the only thing that you're really concerned about with Duffy, I mean, the strikeout rate's there. Home run potential, though, for some of these Astros bats is always big. In that ballpark, though, it's also a little iffy.
Yeah, I mean, and they just have so many lefty mashers. I mean, Springer's good against them, and you still have to worry about Altuve Correa always. And then you got people like Gaddis, and Bregman hasn't shown much in the majors, but, I mean, he's always there. I mean, and you got Beltran. I mean, that lineup's stacked. I mean, I love Duffy, but probably not for me tomorrow.
Yeah. Moving on, though, I mean, Chicago and Milwaukee, Kyle Hendricks, Tommy Malone. We'll pass on Tommy Malone, but Kyle Hendricks at a 9K price tag. I mean, this guy was very good last year. I mean, hard to duplicate his numbers, but, I mean, he's in a great spot here.
SP1 tomorrow. That's
I like
fine.
him a lot. I mean, if you want that extra little savings to get those extra hitters, I think Hendricks is a great way.
Yeah, and I think Hendricks is really good on DraftKings just because he likes to limit a lot of the walks and the hits. So, you're not going to get penalized on FanDuel, but not getting penalized on DraftKings is huge.
Yeah, and you look, I mean, you look at just what Hendricks has done. I mean, the strikeout rate is there for the Brewers. I mean, near 26% going back to last year against right-handed pitching. You look at Hendricks, I mean, 10.0 swinging strike rate. Limits walks, as you said, not a lot of hard contact as well. Good against both sides of play. I mean, this guy's a solid option.
Yeah, I mean, there's another guy that I really like, but he just makes the most sense to me salary wise.
Yeah. And as we said, no time alone.
No, definitely no time alone.
Moving on here, Oakland and Texas. Yu Darvish versus Kendall Graveman. Graveman in a tough spot here. What about Darvish, though? I feel like he kind of gets lost a little bit.
Yeah, I like Darvish, and as much as I like Hendricks, I might have a Darvish team because he's just going to be so underowned compared to Hendricks. I mean, and the salary is so close. Why not?
Yeah, I like Yu Darvish. I mean, likely going to go out and pick up a win. I think this Oakland team's going to strike out a little more than they have in previous years as well.
Yeah, Ryan Haley's good, Chris Davis are good, but you can definitely strike those guys out. And then, the bottom of the lineup with Jed Lowry and everything's nothing to really get worried about. So, I mean, I like Darvish a lot tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, the addition of Joyce, I mean, yes, I don't do like him against certain righties, but and Plouffe as well. I mean, those are a couple strikeouts waiting to happen too.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's got a lot of strikeout potential.
Yeah, so I mean, a really good pivot off of guys like Bumgarner and probably still a chalky Kershaw as well.
Yeah, at that price, Kershaw's going to be chalky. But what do you think about Graveman?
Graveman's a guy I don't think he's going to have a bad outing, but I don't think it's going to be good enough to use. Like, I still think it's going to be around 400 or 500 runs he gives up, which is bad for him. But I don't think it's going to be a huge blow up.
Yeah, I always talk about it at least how I don't like targeting a bunch of offenses when they go off, but he just seems like that guy that just walk here, walk there, and Sengo in his first and third with no outs, and then they can just manufacture runs. I mean, and there's so many guys on the slate. Why do I need to go Graveman?
Yeah, and the problem is, I mean, there's just 3 or 4 really good lefties in that lineup.
Yeah, I mean, Odor's going to match him, and Mazzara, I mean, he'll have higher ownership. I don't know if he's going to match, but he's good. You still have to worry about Chu, and even on the bottom with Profar, I think Profar can hit. I mean, I don't like pitching against Texas.
No, I don't either. In another place I don't like pitching, in Chase Field, Trevor Bauer versus Zach Greinke. The way these two offenses are rolling into the season, the way this park plays, I don't want any part of these guys.
No, Greinke looked pretty good his first start, but Cleveland's been hot and batting wise, and I may never touch Bauer in my life.
No.
I just don't think that guy has good stuff. I really don't, and especially not in Chase tomorrow.
No, definitely not. Dodgers and Rockies, interesting pitching matchup here. Clayton Kershaw, John Gray. Kershaw, a guy who, usually we see up above 12K. Now we get him around 10. So quite the drop off. I still think he's kind of a decent outing. It might be a solo pop here or there, but he's certainly usable again.
Dude, he's definitely in play on this slate. Like, the last 20 minutes, I've talked myself more on him. He's 10-4, and it's Kershaw.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. Colorado bats are not scaring anyone right now.
No, I mean, and like we talked about this earlier, like besides Arenado and maybe Story touching the ball, which he hasn't done yet, like, am I really worried about anybody else against Kershaw?
Yeah, the strikeout rate is, it's huge. You look at the Rockies against, left-handed pitching last year, 23% strikeout rate.
Yeah, I mean, Core's really affects with pitching, but when you got the best pitcher in the league, I don't know, man.
Yeah, and this guy
at 10-4, like
not going to walk anyone, going to miss bats, doesn't give up hard contact. Best pitcher in the league.
I mean, what's realistic here? 7 innings, 8 Ks, 2 runs.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I see from him in a win,
and I think a W.
Yeah. So I'll take that there.
Yeah, I mean at 10-4, I mean, and lower ownership than normal.
Yeah. John Gray, guy we love, but not tonight.
This hurts me to say this, but no John Gray tomorrow.
No, bummer. San Francisco, San Diego, Madison Bumgarner, your most expensive pitcher on the slate. Great matchup here against San Diego. I mean, I'm going to really love targeting lefties against them. I'm definitely going to have some Bumgarner shares tomorrow. Not a must play, but I do like him quite a bit.
I think he's a lock for a win and a quality start.
Yeah. I
But
mean, he's way more in play on FanDuel than I think he is on DraftKings.
yes, but I could see some of these righties on San Diego maybe putting up a couple runs, and then me shaking my head saying, "Why not just play Kershaw?"
The
You know?
difference, I mean, they put that difference in this slate, and it just is like it makes you think a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, Mad Bum's such a good pitcher, but I don't know how many times I can say it. For 1,500 more, I get the best pitcher in the MLB. You know?
It's true. So I mean, what do you see ownership kind of being pretty split though?
Yeah, I just think some people won't go there. I mean, I think with some of the stacks we talked about earlier, they might not have enough money to get to Bum. You know? You think he's the cash pitcher on FanDuel?
Yeah, I think so because I mean, I'm looking at these Texas prices. No one's over 3,500. I'm looking at some cheap bats there in Arizona. Jake Lamb's only 33. David Peralta's 2.9. So it just seems like those are kind of the perfect guys to pair up with a Bumgarner.
Well, who's coming in with the second most ownership? Then you think Hendricks for cash?
Yeah, well, I mean, after Bumgarner and Kershaw, it'll probably be Hendricks.
You think Kershaw gets more cash than Hendricks?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh man, dude, I'm hoping for less ownership, dude. I
Yeah,
really
I
want.
think so.
I mean, I know. What are we thinking here? Like 17 in GPPs, somewhere around there. You think more?
Yeah, I think hover around that mark.
I mean, because there's a lot of good guys, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of how people are going to spend on hitters. That really dictates where they go.
Texas is too cheap.
That's the thing.
That's
That's the reason why you can just pay up easily for those guys.
Yeah, I mean, knowing that, I didn't even realize how cheap they were, dude. I might be less and less on Mad Bum. I just think his ownership's gonna be through the roof now.
Yeah, DK, you're going to definitely get him a lower ownership because of the price tag. FanDuel, I just don't think you are. I mean, unless people are just really jumping on Dodgers bats, which, some of these guys are in play. Like, let's say, I mean, Adrian Gonzalez is only 3,500 in cores.
Yeah, I mean wow. I didn't even realize that. That's pretty cheap.
Grandal 3 for it, so it's not like those guys are expensive.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, they got people like Jock at 4K, which is just insane. But yeah, dude, in these last 2 minutes of the pod, you've been talking me off of Bumgarner. I mean, he's in a good spot, but I mean, dude, that ownership. I'm not on DraftKings, but on FanDuel, that ownership is gonna be through the roof.
Yeah, it should be. So I mean, I'm curious to see how it plays out really between the two studs of the slate.
Yeah.
So, we don't really need to say this, but Chassin, no thanks.
No, stack away.
Felix Hernandez, Ricky Nolasco. Hernandez dealing with a bum leg. I don't want any part of him right now. Nolasco, this guy I'll never really use anyway.
No, I'm not touching either of these two guys. Nolasco, quite frankly, sucks. I think he's horrible. And I mean, Felix, we should mention he's got a groin injury. He might get scratched tomorrow.
Yeah, keep an eye on him. I mean, if that's the case, you might see basically who do we talk about coming in? No one worth mentioning.
Oh, Dylan Overton.
Dylan Overton. He would make the start.
Yeah, if Dylan Overton starts, stack the Angels.
Yeah, you can play some Angels there, all at reasonable prices.
Definitely.
So, wrapping things up here. I mean, who do you got as far as the most strikeouts?
Dude, I'm gonna go Kershaw.
Oh, I got Mad Bum, man.
Most Ks on the slate, Kershaw. You got Mad Bum? That's good.
Yeah. Mad Bum's hitting double digits.
Are you talking me back on to Mad Bum now?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm playing with your mind here.
Yeah, you definitely are.
That's going to wrap up the pitching balls here. You can check out dailyfantasycafe.com for all great tools and content.